Joy Behar never saw it coming. One moment she was delivering her trademark sharp commentary on The View, and the next she found herself at the epicenter of an unexpected storm. The studio's energy shifted when Sunny Hostin, a longtime co-host and passionate advocate for racial justice, turned the conversation in an unanticipated direction. With a carefully worded remark, Sunny cast a shadow over Joy, a cryptic accusation that sent ripples of tension through the room and left millions of viewers at home hanging on every word. Sunny's words weren't direct, but their implication was undeniable. She suggested that Joy's humor and pointed commentary may have crossed a line that, according to Sunny, had ignited Melania Trump's explosive $100 million lawsuit against the network. A collective hush fell over the studio, the audience frozen as the weight of the moment sank in. Joy's face betrayed a flicker of disbelief, quickly replaced by her signature defiance. For a woman who had spent decades in front of the camera, navigating controversy with aplomb, this accusation hit differently. Was Sunny really implying that her years of wit and pointed banter had escalated into a legal minefield? Joy wasn't one to back down, fixing Sunny with a steely gaze, her voice cut through the silence like a blade. Are you actually suggesting that I'm to blame for this lawsuit? Her tone was calm, but there was no mistaking the fire beneath it. The tension in the studio became almost palpable as Sunny, visibly conflicted but resolute, responded. I'm saying some narratives were pushed. Relentlessly, she said, her words reverberating with intent. The air in the room was electric. What had started as a routine morning show had now become live television history. Viewers could sense it. This wasn't just another heated exchange. This was deeply personal. Joy, ever the fighter, wasn't about to let the moment pass without a counterpunch. With the stakes higher than ever, it was clear this confrontation would leave an indelible mark, not just on The View, but on Joy's legacy. Sunny Hostin, celebrated for her fearless advocacy for social justice on The View, had built her career on an unwavering commitment to exposing inequality, challenging racism, and confronting the uncomfortable truths of history. Her voice was a beacon of clarity, and her message was resolute. Accountability for the sins of the past was non-negotiable, but her stance, so bold and uncompromising, faced an unexpected reckoning when she appeared on the PBS show Finding Your Roots. The program, renowned for unearthing ancestral truths, had previously brought celebrities face to face with stories of courage, loss, and identity. For Sunny, however, the journey revealed something far more unsettling. During the episode, Sunny discovered that her third great-grandfather had been a slaveholder. The revelation was shocking, not just for Sunny, but also for the countless viewers who had come to admire her relentless fight against systemic racism. In that moment, as her lineage unfolded, the expression on her face betrayed a mix of disbelief and discomfort. For someone who had spent years advocating for accountability and owning the truths of history, this revelation was more than a personal blow. It was a public test of her principles. But Sunny's response was unexpected. Rather than confronting the discovery with the same energy she brought to her social justice battles, she chose to downplay its significance. She referred to it as an unfortunate product of its time, a historical reality that didn't define her or her values. This dismissal was jarring. For some, it appeared to contradict the very values Sunny had championed. How could someone so outspoken about systemic injustices minimize her own family's connection to one of history's gravest atrocities? The revelation sent ripples through her audience and colleagues, raising questions about the complexity of identity and the limits of accountability. Back on The View, the revelation cast a shadow. While Sunny continued to speak out on issues of race and justice, the discovery became an unspoken undercurrent in her public persona, a reminder that no one's history is immune to contradiction. For Sunny, it wasn't just about grappling with her family's past. It was about navigating the fine line between advocacy and accountability in the face of deeply personal truths. The public's reaction to Sunny Hostin's revelation was swift and brutal. Supporters and critics alike took to social media, demanding answers. How could someone so vocal about the importance of historical accountability seemingly downplay her own family's dark past? Accusations of hypocrisy began to dominate the conversation. Sunny, who had long championed the importance of confronting uncomfortable truths, now found herself on the defensive, her moral authority under siege. The backlash came from all corners. Opponents seized the opportunity to discredit her, while loyal followers expressed disappointment and confusion. To them, her dismissal of her ancestors' actions as merely a product of the times felt out of character and deeply deeply unsettling. The disillusionment spread quickly, eroding the trust Sunny had worked so hard to build. What had once been a platform of strength and unwavering conviction now seemed fragile and uncertain. But the controversy didn't end there. While Sunny wrestled with the fallout, tensions among her co-hosts on The View began to surface, setting the stage for an explosive confrontation. The storm brewing behind the scenes finally erupted during a live broadcast. It was Joy Behar, known for her biting humor and fearlessness in tackling controversial topics, who found herself unexpectedly pulled into the fray. Sunny, clearly frustrated by the ongoing backlash against her, made a cryptic yet pointed remark during the show. Without naming names, she implied that some of Joy's jokes and commentary had crossed a line that, according to Sunny, had contributed to Melania Trump's explosive $100 million lawsuit against the network. The studio fell silent, the audience stunned. The weight of Sunny's insinuation was palpable. Joy's expression shifted instantly, her humor giving way to a steely resolve. "Are you seriously suggesting that my commentary is the reason we're dealing with this lawsuit?" she demanded, her voice calm but razor sharp. Sunny hesitated, visibly conflicted before doubling down. "I'm saying some narratives were pushed relentlessly," she replied, her words hanging heavily in the air. The tension in the room was electric. Viewers could sense it. This was no ordinary debate. The divide between Sunny and Joy had become deeply personal, leaving The View in uncharted territory. What began as a routine morning on The View quickly spiraled into an unforgettable moment of live television. The tension in the studio was palpable, with the audience and viewers at home riveted. Sunny Hostin's cryptic remark had thrown a wrench into the usual dynamic, and the fallout was immediate. This wasn't just a lively debate, it was deeply personal, and as the air thickened with unspoken conflict, Joy Behar stood poised to strike back, ready to defend her integrity in a moment that would leave a lasting mark on the show's history. Meanwhile, Sunny Hostin was facing a storm of her own. The revelation of her family's connection to slavery, uncovered during her appearance on PBS's Finding Your Roots, had ignited a public outcry. Social media erupted, not with understanding, but with outrage. How could Sunny, a vocal advocate for accountability and historical justice, downplay her own ancestors' role as a slaveholder? The backlash wasn't limited to critics from opposing viewpoints. Even her most loyal supporters began to question her credibility. People who once admired Sunny for her unwavering principles now found themselves disillusioned, struggling to reconcile her passionate advocacy with her dismissive reaction to such a shocking personal discovery. The criticism didn't stay confined to social media. Conservative commentators quickly seized on the controversy, eager to amplify the narrative of hypocrisy. Fox News host Greg Gutfeld dedicated an entire segment to the topic, lambasting Sunny's response. He accused her of failing to hold herself to the same high standards she demanded of others. Gutfeld didn't hold back, painting her as a figure who preached morality but faltered when faced with the uncomfortable truths of her own family's past. His pointed critique resonated with viewers who were already skeptical of Sunny's stance, fanning the flames of public outrage. As the backlash grew, Sunny's credibility as a champion of justice was called into question. The controversy threatened to overshadow her contributions to the conversation on race and equality. For Sunny, the moment wasn't just about her family's history, it was a test of her principles and how she navigated the fine line between advocacy and accountability in the glaring spotlight of public scrutiny. The internet, with its relentless and unforgiving nature, quickly amplified the growing controversy surrounding Sunny Hostin. Social media platforms became battlegrounds as viral posts dissected her every word and action. Memes mocking her flooded timelines, hashtags questioning her integrity trended, and threads analyzing her comments gained traction. What had begun as a revelation about her ancestry during her appearance on PBS's Finding Your Roots had now spiraled into a full-blown character crisis. Sunny Hostin, the fiery advocate for justice who had built her career on unwavering moral clarity, found herself on the defensive. Her discovery was indeed shocking. During the program, Sunny learned that her third great-grandfather had been a slaveholder, a revelation that struck a jarring chord for someone so vocal about confronting systemic racism and historical injustice. The moment was as uncomfortable for her audience as it was for Sunny herself. For a brief instant on screen, the shock in her expression was undeniable, but what happened next left many stunned. stunned. Rather than addressing the discovery with the accountability she demanded of others, Sunny dismissed it as an unfortunate product of its time, brushing it off as a mere footnote in her family history. The public backlash was swift. Critics accused Sunny of hypocrisy, highlighting what they saw as a glaring double standard. How could someone who had spent years holding others accountable for their ancestral sins so casually wave away her own? Social media lit up with commentary as both her detractors and former supporters expressed their disappointment. For her most loyal fans, this wasn't just a misstep, it was a betrayal of the values they thought she stood for. But this wasn't Sunny's only problem. While the internet was ablaze with criticism, a larger storm loomed on the horizon. Behind the scenes, Melania Trump was preparing a $100 million lawsuit that threatened not just Sunny's reputation, but the very fabric of The View. As tensions mounted, Sunny made a critical mistake, one that would pull her co-host Joy Behar directly into the center of the unfolding chaos. What began as a personal revelation was now snowballing into a crisis that could change everything. As the storm grew, Sunny's credibility as a fearless advocate for justice took a major hit. The controversy was no longer just about her ancestors' actions, it was about the principles she had built her career on. How could someone who had made a career out of demanding accountability fail to apply the same standards to herself? The question loomed large and the fallout was merciless. Yet this was just the beginning. While Sunny faced the brunt of public scrutiny, another storm was brewing, one that would pull her co-host Joy Behar directly into the spotlight. What started as Sunny's controversy was about to escalate into a full-blown confrontation on The View, igniting a moment of live television drama that no one could have anticipated.